Let us now take a sutram which derives only one single pratipadikam. The pratipadikam is ahava. It's used in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 1, verse 31. Nacha shreyo nupashyami hatva sujanam ahave. Ahava means war or battle. Sutram here is Angi Yuddhe, which is 3.373. In the Sutram, Angi is Saptami Ekavachanam, so we know what that means. By 3.192, Tatropapadam Saptami Stham. That indicates the Upapadam. So when in conjunction with the Upasargaha Ang, this verbal root ve, which is veng spardhayam shabdecha, the bvadiganaha, it takes the affix up. But the condition is that the derived word has to mean yuddham, meaning a war. And simultaneously the yan letter, which is the vakara in the verbal root, it takes samprasaranam. It takes the ukara deshaha. Because as per 1145, igyana samprasaranam is defined as the ik substitute in place of the yan letter. So here the vakara takes the ukara deshaha when this affix up is applied in this particular meaning. The anuvritti of vaha as well as samprasaranam is coming down from the prior sutram 3.372. So the vritti of the sutram says Angyupavade Vayatehe Samprasaranam Apratyayascha Syad Yuddhe Bhidheye. So when in conjunction with the Upasargaha Ang, the affix up is prescribed following this verbal root ve, which is veng spardhayam shabdecha in the bvadiganaha, and simultaneously there is samprasaranam, which means a substitute of a ik letter, in this case ukara in place of the yan letter vakara of the verbal root. But all this happens only on the condition that the word so derived denotes means war, yuddham. So derivation is like this. The vigraha vakyam is ahuyante asmin ityahavaha. Ahuyante asmin iti ahavaha. So that in which the warriors are challenged. They are challenged, that is, or invited for war. So that is what is called as ahavaha. So this is being used adhikarane. Anuvritti coming from 3.319. Akartari cha karake sanyayam. So this is adhikarane karake. Means that is the location, that is the place in which the warriors are challenged. So that is how this word is derived. So we start the derivation by taking this verbal root veng. Of course, the ending nyakara of the verbal root is an it bahalantyam tasya lopaha. Now let's not forget 6.145 adecha upadeshe shiti, which says that in place of the ending each letter of a verbal root, in this case the ekaraha, the akaraha comes as a substitute, as long as we know that there is not going to be a talavya shakar as a it following. In this particular example, we know the affix which is coming after the verbal root is the affix up. There is no question of having a talavya shakar as a it over here. So what happens is that at the beginning of the derivation itself, we replace the ending ekaraha of ve by a akaraha. This is as per 6.145 adecha upadeshe shiti. So we start with ang va plus up by the sutram 3.373, because we do have the upasargaha ang in conjunction and we're deriving a word which means yuddham. Now remove the letters. The ending ngakaraha of ang gets its sanya bhalantyam tasya lopaha, and similarly the ending pakara of the affix up gets its sanya bhalantyam tasya lopaha. And now we have a, ha, v, a plus a. Now by the same sutram 3.373, using the anuvritti of samprasaranam from 3.372, you perform the samprasaranam operation in place of the vakaraha and replace that vakaraha by a ukaraha. As per 1145, igyanas samprasaranam. Samprasaranam is defined as the ik substitute in place of the yan letter. In this case, ukara in place of the vakaraha. And then after that, the next step we know, which is samprasaranach. Whenever we do samprasaranam, the next step is samprasaranach. 6.1.108. Purva parayoho ekadeshaha is the purva rupam. So u plus a gives u as the ekadeshaha. The purva rupam is the ekadeshaha, and we get a, hu, Then we perform the gunadesha in place of the ukara by sarvadhataka becomes aho then echo yavayavaha ahav. That's how we get the pratipadikam ahava, which gets the pratipadika sanya by krit tadisa samasascha, declined like rama shabdaha. Now, why does Panini specify yuddhe? Because if we are just using the affix to derive a word meaning, just inviting, calling, not for war, not challenging, then we have to use the affix ghai only by 3318. We cannot use this sutram. We have to use the default affix ghai by 3318 and get the form avayaha. So there is no samprasaranam, there is no affix up. In this case, we use the affix ghai because the meaning of the derived word is not yuddham. And here, of course, the yuk agamaha comes by ato yuk chin kritoho. 7333. This sutram which we have used many times before, ato yuk chin kritoho, brings in the yuk agamaha because the affix ghai has the nyakara as a it. We get the form avayaha, which does not mean war. It simply means inviting or calling.